All right, let's be real. Fort Worth seems like the obvious choice if you're moving to North Texas. It's a legendary city with a massive economy, a central location, and that classic Texas charm. But here's the thing, the data is showing a massive shift. More and more families are actually leaving Fort Worth and heading to the surrounding suburb. Places like Southlake, Flower Mound, Keller, and even spots like Colleyville and North Richland Hills. Here's what is truly surprising. I've seen families pay twice as much for half the house just to keep a Fort Worth address, all while missing out on better schools, larger lots, significantly better amenities just 20 minutes away. There's a common misconception that staying in the big city saves you money or keeps you closer to the action, but for many families, the opposite is becoming true. So today I'm breaking down the 8 biggest reasons families are moving out of Fort Worth and why the suburbs in Tarrant and Denton County might actually give you the significantly more bang for your buck. If you're trying to decide where to plant roots in North Texas, you'll want to stick around for reason number 1, because it's the one that hits your bank account every single month. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any important updates. New videos come out every week as my team and I are your boots on the ground. So here's number 1, property taxes. Now, I'm not talking about a little sticker shock here. I'm talking about taxes that can fundamentally change your lifestyle and add $700 or more every month to your housing payment. Fort Worth's property tax rate currently sits at approximately 2.18%. To put that in perspective, the national average is around 1.1%. You're essentially paying double what the average American pays just for the right to own your home. Let's do some quick math so you can see how this scales. So on a $400,000 home in Fort Worth, your property taxes alone are roughly $8,720 per year. That breaks down to $727 a month, and that's before you even touch your mortgage principal, your interest, homeowner's insurance, or any HOA fees. But here's where it gets frustrating. You aren't necessarily getting double the value for those taxes. For $400,000 in a suburb like Colleyville, you're often entering a market where the land value and school quality far exceed what you'd find at that price point in the city. In many parts of Fort Worth, for that same price, you're looking at 1,900 square feet, a home built in the late 70s or early 80s, and a long list of needed updates. Furthermore, your taxes don't stay flat. Texas is known for aggressive reassessments. Even when a homestead exemption, Texas is known for aggressive reassessments. Even with a homestead exemption, your assessed value can jump 10% annually. There are homeowners who have seen their tax bills increase by 30 to 40% just in a 5-year window. Imagine your monthly payment jumping by hundreds of dollars while your house stays exactly the same. For many families, that is a very tough pill to swallow. That brings up number 2. Reason number 2 is something every parent thinks about: schools. Families want strong districts, period. While Fort Worth has some bright spots and specific neighborhood schools that perform well, as a whole, the city's massive school district struggles to compete with specialized suburban districts. When families look at places like Southlake Carroll ISD, they see districts that are constantly ranked at the top of the state, and these suburbs offer specialized programs, world-class sports facilities, extracurricular opportunities that a large urban district often can't provide at the same scale. Parents are making the move because they realize that the cost of a slightly more expensive suburban home is often offset by the fact they won't feel the need to pay for private school tuition. In the suburbs, the public school is the premier option. Number 3, let's talk about the daily grind. Living in Fort Worth, depending on where your office is located, you might find yourself stuck on I-35 or I-30 for 45 minutes to an hour every single day. What families are discovering is that living in a suburb like Keller or Colleyville doesn't actually remove you from the action. It often centers you better. These suburbs are strategically located near major hubs like the DFW International Airport and Highway 114 and 121 corridors. You can live in a quiet suburban cul-de-sac and still be at your office or the airport in 15 to 20 minutes. The infrastructure in these suburbs is often newer and better planned for the current population density, meaning less time staring at brake lights and more time home with your family. Number 4. This is where we talk about the bang for your buck factor. In the city limits of Fort Worth, the market is incredibly tight. A $400,000 budget is often battleground for older homes that need significant work. Think foundation issues, outdated electrical, 40-year-old kitchens. When you shift your gaze to Colleyville or North Richland Hills, that same $400,000 often buys you a much cleaner investment. We're talking about entering neighborhoods with better resale potential, mature trees, larger lots. Families are realizing they don't have to settle for a fixer-upper just to be in the city. They can have the money, they can have the move-in ready dream home by just moving 15 minutes north. This brings up number 5. Lifestyle is about what you do between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Fort Worth has the stockyards and the zoo, which are great for a weekend trip, but day-to-day life is different in the suburb. Places like Colleyville, South Lake, and Flower Mound have invested heavily in local parks, interconnected trail systems, and massive community recreation centers. In these suburbs, the amenities are part of your neighborhood. You have youth sports complexes that look like professional stadiums and community pools that feel like water parks. For a family with active kids, the convenience of having these top-tier facilities 5 minutes from your front door can be a game changer. That brings up number 6. Safety is always a priority. While Fort Worth is a great city, it is a big city, and with that comes urban challenges. Crime rates in large metropolitan areas are naturally higher than in gated or master planned suburban communities. The suburbs like Keller, South Lake, and Colleyville consistently rank among the safest, not just in Texas, but in the entire country. For many parents, that peace of mind knowing your kids can ride their bike to a neighbor's house or play in the front yard without a second thought is a luxury that they're willing to move for. It's about the vibe of the neighborhood and the security of your investment. This brings up number 7. Beyond just general rankings, families are looking for schools of choice. Districts like Grapevine Colleyville ISD are famous for their specialized academies. Things like STEM schools, classical leadership programs, and language immersion. While Fort Worth has some magnet options, the competition is fierce and the lottery system can be stressful. In the suburbs, this high-level programs are often integrated into the standard curriculum or are much more accessible to the average student. Families are moving because they want their children to have a competitive edge before they ever hit college. And this brings up our final point, number 8. Let's talk about the future. Fort Worth is established, and while it is growing, that growth often means more density and more traffic. Meanwhile, suburbs like North Richland Hills, Keller, and Colleyville are in a sweet spot. They are seeing massive amounts of new commercial development, high-end shopping hubs, and new master plan communities. When you buy here, you aren't just buying a home, you're buying an upward trajectory of property value. Families see the writing on the wall. The suburbs are where the long-term equity is being built right now. So to wrap up, is Fort Worth a bad place to live? Absolutely not. It's a city with incredible culture and history, but if you're at a stage in life where schools, taxes, square footage, those are your top priorities, it's hard to ignore the advantages of the suburbs just a few miles north. If you're looking at South Lake, Keller, Flower Mound, Colleyville, or any of these surrounding areas, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any important updates. Or if you would like us to showcase a specific neighborhood, we'd love to hear from you. Our contact information is on the screen and in the pinned comment below. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching.